Welcome back to another episode of Hanging Heavy. It's your boy Desecrator. Today's going to be a little bit different. I'm actually going to put some time and a lot of effort into today's podcast and try out adding in a whole bunch of stuff to liven it up a bit. You know, sprinkle my pizzazz. That's right, I said pizzazz. Fuck you. So I want to start jazzing it up. Also, a little note, I'm going to start the podcast off sipping on a couple of beautiful, sweet Newcastles. Not a sponsor, but if you want to, holla at your boy. Then I'm going to move on to a little something heavier than that, if you catch my drift. Rich and rare. So a couple weeks back, I saw an article that piqued my interest. Yes, everybody, I'm talking about flying fucking cars. Yet another crowdfunding company is entering the market. The market of the Jetsons' future by the name of Opener.Aero. Not a sponsor. With the vehicle Blackfly. They're marketing it as a flying car, but in all reality, it's an ultralight aircraft. In this case, it's a fucking glorified, scaled-up drone. Bitch, I can go buy those parts at Radio Shack. Rest in peace. Lame. I got hard, only to find out that it was a fucking giant toy. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Moving on to some real science shit. The Perseid meteor shower is going on for the next couple days and should be some of the brightest burning out there. If you've never seen a meteor shower before, I recommend you go out as far as you can from the city. Enjoy the marvel of shit in space burning at thousands of degrees. Have you ever seen anything so full of splendor? That's a shout out to Westworld. Fucking great TV series. Also highly recommend. What started out as what seemed to be a world created for the vastly and the small majority of rich to indulge in their deepest, darkest desires with no repercussion turned out to be a fucking weird cause to question whether we should continue with artificial intelligence. Because we don't know what could possibly turn out with that. Yeah, we built the fucking machines, but sometimes machines go haywire. And we think they have a mind of their own. What happens when they do have a fucking mind of their own? What then? Skynet, I accept my new overlord. Get your broke ass some HBO. Not a sponsor. And partake in an amazing series. Haven't been captivated by TV like this since fucking Burn Notice and Breaking Bad. Those are some of my greatest and favorite TV shows. I love existence. It's always the smallest things, or the things that we forget about, and how fucking great and beautiful the world that we don't even know completely 100% all the facts about are. Like, fucking, we don't even know what's in the bottom of the ocean. But fuck it, let's go to Mars. We want to put a fucking car in space? I'll do it. I'm fucking the owner of Tesla.
Yes, science!
Oh yeah, I just did that. So, I hear the fucking, aka Destiny, is up to even bigger bullshit this time. Let's talk about it. So, the fucking is back to disappointing its player base, this time with their biggest endgame DLC, which renders all your hard work and the time to make your current powerful build and turn it into a limp dick ready to shoot a porno. This shit sucks. What the fuck? I don't understand. Can't they get that players just want to have a decent game that isn't a constant grab at money and a waste of time? Sure, they can quote unquote fix all the issues, but nah, fuck it. Let's just take a big steaming pile of shit on top of the mess and call it new. Me personally, I'm glad I got away from that dumpster fire of a game. Feels bad, man. There are people that fucking love Destiny, and there's people that love taking that Destiny dick. So I guess I'm what you would call a console pleb, a console plebeian, but there's some good things with that. Take it with the PlayStation platform, you get free games every month. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're garbage, but hey, they're extra, they're free. Today, one of the free games of the month, and it's a game that I've wanted to play since I saw it release. It's called Dead by Daylight. It's a game where you and 3 other players try to avoid and escape a killer who is also another player. Yeah, there's upgrades and there's buffs that you can give each character, or if you're the killer. You use your XP that you gain from doing menial tasks, and at least it's not a fucking battle royale game. Hey. But since I'm on the topic of video games, I'm also hoping Red Dead Redemption doesn't pull the GTA Online bullshit and make it a ridiculous grind or pay to win fucking horseshit, pun intended. The series has been fucking amazing. The world building in that game is fucking awesome. You want to get lost in it. So fingers crossed, and I'm gonna shove them up my ass for good measure. Can't uncross those fingers if they're in a nice loose butthole. But yeah, fucking Red Dead has been one of my favorite games to ever been released, also by Rockstar. So let's hope they don't fuck everyone else just because they can make money the easy way. Shark cards. Kind of touchy subject, but let's move on. I've been giving this idea some thought, and I've put a little work into it, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. This is gonna be a first time new segment, and I'm gonna call it the Serial Killer Corner. Can you tell me what it's about? If you can figure it out, then you're not a complete fucking twat. And it looks good on you. That's good for you. It's good for you. So much talking. What's going on here? Get this rolling first take of Serial Killer Corner, I thought we'd kick it off with America's first serial killer. He goes by the name H.H. Holmes, born Herman Webster Mudgett. He adopted the synonym after a long life of being a con man. Of course, he went by multiple other aliases, but he finally stuck with H.H. Holmes. The man would possibly go on to give birth to the movie serial killer known as the Jigsaw in the Saw series. There's a lot of similarities between them. They both played games with their victims and had crazy contraptions to maim and kill them. H.H. Holmes may be the epitome of evil. Hell, the epitome of the word serial killer. The man was just one screw loose of an IKEA furniture set. He initially conned the local universities into buying corpses that he ransacked from graves for their medical study classes, until this sick and twisted fascination transformed into him cutting and dissecting these corpses himself. After conning his way through life, he got a thirst for fresh blood. His killing spree lasted years, and the body count he racked up supposedly got into the hundreds. Yet they were only able to confirm, with evidence, 9 counts, while he confessed to 27. Speculation led to the inflation of these numbers over the years. Some say 200, but either way, don't be mistaken. He's considered one of the most evil men in history. His most notable accomplishment isn't this huge body count though, but it was building and running the infamous Murder Hotel, also known as the World's Fair Hotel. It was built before and opened 3 miles away from the first World Trade Fair in the late 1800s. People came far and wide to marvel at the scientific breakthroughs, yet all he wanted to do was kill. Hiding under the guise of a hotel, he lured victims into and trapped them in this very hotel that had hidden passageways and even killing rooms. The fucking sick bastard even had his own incinerator. He dabbled in acid play and even had a gas chamber. Only the lost souls know the actual account. Let me know what you think. Who knows? Maybe you'll even have the guts to stay at night in the Murder Hotel. What the fuck? I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I guess I'm in control again. Where were we? You know, now that I think about it, mental health is nothing to be joked about. If you feel that you or somebody you know needs help, look into it. Get some help. There's nothing wrong with it. We're all fucked in the head in some ways, but sometimes some people are actually even worse than they think, and just get some help. With that, I guess we'll move on to, just the random bullshit that's happening in the news in the current times. But with that being said, there's more people butthurt this time because Jack in the Box, not a sponsor, was insensitive, quote unquote, with which I thought was a clever play on words in an advertisement. In this advertisement, they're advertising the new teriyaki bowls. And they're in an office type setting. And they keep complimenting Jack on his nice bowls. Get it? Nice bowls. Like, your balls are pretty. And, I mean, yeah, I get it. It's a little sexual pun. But, I mean, is it really... Are you offended by hearing that? And they're fucking calling for the ad to be pulled because it makes light of sexual innuendos in the workplace. Sex jokes aren't funny. What the fuck is 2018? Jesus Christ. Americans are fucking pussies now. This is the fucking reason why the rest of the world points and laughs at us. It's not Trump's fault. Either way, fuck that noise. Fucking grow up, people. They're just words. The only people that give them fucking any power at all are the people that are offended or choose to fucking rally against a cause that's not even a cause. It's just a fucking advertisement for shit food. Are you really fucking that petty to go after somebody trying to sell garbage food to garbage people? Get the fuck out of here. I mean, if a kid said that, would it be okay? Since kids can't have sex or have valid opinions, which they can't because they're dumb as fuck. God, kids are stupid. I'm sorry. But speaking about stupid, there's this other dumb bitch. Her name is Adriana Juarez. No offense. She's some internet famous on Instagram or whatever the fuck. She's 18 or 19. And people kind of started poking and prodding where they shouldn't. It's my personal life. But I mean, you can't hide shit if you post everything on the internet, you dumb bitch. Well, news broke that her boyfriend got outed. The news is out. Turns out he's fucking 13. And she posted a video on her fucking face cock or whatever the fuck, claiming that they weren't dating. His mom was in the video, which also made it weird. But she claimed they weren't dating. They were just friends. But there's fucking countless videos and images of them making out, and they're all fucking hugged up on each other, dancing and shit. So the internet calls her out on her bullshit, and now she's fucking trying to disappear. Excuse me. The worst part of that isn't that she's a fucking pedophile, which she is, but that she's Latina and she's from Texas. Way to fuck it up for the rest of us, lady. I don't understand. Like, why can't people fuck people their own age? Why do they have to go after the kids? Stop with, how can I reach these kids? Just let them fucking grow up. Let them fucking have heartbreak. You don't have to mold them into the perfect fucking husband. What the fuck's wrong with you? Who the fuck do you think you are? Fuck, man, I can't understand crazy. I mean, we're all fucking weird in our own sense, but come on, really? The fuck you think you're Oprah trying to fucking keep Stedman? The fuck out of here. God damn it. Fucking stupid shit like that just fucking gets up my ass and I just want to choke something. Fucking teddy bear or gerbil after it's pulled out of my ass. Aside from that fucking shit show, I don't know how many of you people are gun owners or have guns or anything of value for that matter in a safe, but be careful because most safes are not watertight. About 3-4 months ago, I had a relatively small leak in one of my closets, and inside that closet I have a standing gun safe. And yeah, I mean, I figured since it's standing, how is water gonna get in it? So, I mean, I cleaned up all the water. I got the fucking pipe fixed. And I let time go by. Maybe about 3 weeks ago, I opened it up and I realized how much of a dumb fuck I am. I have a rifle, a shotgun, and at the time, 2 pistols in there. Or 3 pistols. One of the pistols was completely fine because it's fucking brand new. The factory fucking finish hasn't even worn off of it. I baby that because that's my baby. But I also have 2 very old guns, and they're both revolvers. But fucking one of them had a minor rust. Rust. The one thing you never want on a fucking gun, rust. Yeah, so one of my revolvers had some rust. It took 20 minutes of scrubbing with a wire brush to get it off. I probably should refinish it, but it's alright. It gives it character. The other one, fucking minimal rust. If anything, it was just dirty from fucking the mold that grew inside the safe. My rifle had little spots here and there. Nothing serious. There's no catastrophic damage to them or anything. But my shotgun, the latest gun that I've bought, I haven't even shot the motherfucker. It took all the corrosive attributes that were in the air, and it was like, hey, I'll take this one, guys. And that one was fucking disgusting rusted. It wasn't terrible. It was fixable. Just, it needed some work. And I can't afford a gunsmith, so I took on the task myself. I tried with a copper wire brush as to not mar the finish. I didn't want to scratch it up. That took off the surface rust, but there was the beginning of pitting. Pitting is when metal actually starts to corrode beneath the surface. And that's not good when it comes to guns. So I took preemptive action and I took some sandpaper to the motherfucker and I got rid of all the rust. I had to go down to bare metal, but I'd rather completely take off the finish and get all the rust off of it and keep my shotgun versus it's fine, and cover up the rust and let it continue rusting for the next 20-30 years or however long I have this shotgun. So it took me about 2 days worth of sanding and then polishing, because before you paint anything, you want to make sure that you have the cleanest finish that you can have. So I did my first rough grit sanding to get the majority of the metal work out, and then I started doing the polishing sanding, and it came out clean, right? I got rid of all the rust, but I had to paint it because I wasn't gonna blue it. I've heard many people that have tried bluing it at home and they've completely ruined their fucking gun or wasted their time, and I didn't want that. So I went out and I bought some engine enamel. Engine enamel is paint that's not like your basic spray paint. It comes in a spray bottle, but it's high heat paint. So what happens with guns when you shoot them? They're basically metal pipes that contain mini explosions that push a projectile out. I don't know if you know anything about explosions, but they get kind of hot. The black is hot. The black is hot. So yeah, I figured that would be good, right? So I fucking took it down to the metal. The can says, make sure that you clean it up and have a nice shiny finish. So I did. And I sprayed down this enamel thinking, oh, fuck yeah, this is going to look badass. You have to bake this on. So, I put it in the oven around 200 degrees. That's not going to ruin the temper of the barrel by any means. And it should harden the paint, right? So I did it, and I followed the instructions on the can. And when I pulled it out of the oven, either I pulled it out too soon, not what happened, but when I pulled it out, I noticed this paint was soft. I mean, obviously it's going to come out a little soft. It came out of the oven, dog. So I was like, oh, I'll mind a little imperfections. It's better than rust. So when I took it out and tried to reassemble it, the paint completely just smeared off. Like, it didn't bond to the metal at all, not even with the baking. So what I should have done was fucking primer the fucking shit instead and then put the coat, but I tried to skip a step, and look what happens when you do it. So I had to fucking sand the bitch down again and repeat the process. The second time I went with a different brand of engine enamel. It had a lower heat rating, but I mean, I'm not gonna fucking melt this bitch either. I haven't even shot it yet, so what the fuck does it matter? I just want to cover the raw metal. So those cans were cheaper, so I bought a primer and a finish coat. And I sprayed the primer. I waited an hour, like it says. Put the primer on, wait an hour, put the top coat on, and then for it to fully cure, you have to wait 7 days. So I live in Texas. 7 days, and our heat is about 5 days, 4 days. So I did it on a Thursday. I did it Thursday around 3 o'clock Central Time. I waited and waited and waited. I pulled it out the following week on a Thursday, and it came out great. It fucking looked brand new. It looked like it came from the factory like that, right? So I'm like, oh, that should have been plenty of time, right? Oh no, I took it out Wednesday, not a Thursday. I'm sorry, so a day early. I couldn't wait anymore. I was too anxious. I'm fucking a child when it comes to things like that. So I put it together, and she looks great. I mean, I'm surprised with how good it looks for the money that I spent on the paint. So if you're afraid to work on your own guns, stop being a bitch. If you don't own any because you think guns are the problem that's wrong with America, I'm a responsible gun owner. I've never fucking shot anyone. So, chill the fuck out, huh? And think about getting a little rich and rare. Since I'm doing this by myself, I figured I would just do a shorter version, and maybe I'll keep this scheme, or I don't know how else you would want me to call it, a format. For now, since I'm by myself, if I have a guest to do it, we'll go for the full hour. If I can pull a full hour by myself, fuck it, why not, right? But for real, I need your input. All the music and all the sound effects I had to edit and create myself. So, I mean, hopefully that added some flair, some interesting factor. If you could download the app so that I don't have to text you personally, or whatever the fuck, you find out that, oh, there's fucking 4 podcasts that you did and you didn't tell me, or you get notified when I post. If you can't, for some reason, get the app, these also go up on YouTube. So the app is the Podbean app. If you don't want to download the app, you can get these on the website, which is hangingheavy.podbean.com, or as I said, on YouTube, which would be youtube.com/hangingheavy. It's your boy Desecrator, and I need some input on if you guys liked what I did with this episode. Don't be a douchebag. Just be honest. That's all I ask, because that's all I'm going to be with you. If you liked it, go ahead and fucking drop a like on the app, like I said, or on the YouTube video. At least fucking watch it, please. I love you guys for listening, if you're still listening, and peace out.